What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking upon further updates and basically things that could potentially come within the future of this game now that we've got a solid roadmap and the devlog 30 is out that has a whole host of new updates that I covered on my last video if you wanted to go check that out. But getting straight into the meat of things, as always, I wanted to focus on the moving to monthly update schedule as well as the roadmap that I covered within devlog 30. So something that is really important to know, especially for my channel as well, is I create videos talking about updates that are confirmed and that are in speculation and the news or kind of leaks that I can get from people within the game, as well as just talking to Pedro and trying to see between the lines. And one thing that is important to me is consistency. However, I've kind of shot myself in the foot because the area that I do content in, which is to do with updates on the game, is very stale within Rust console, and I don't think it takes a genius to work that one out. However, due to the new monthly update schedule that Double 11 posted in devlog 30, this allows me to open up basically a more consistent schedule within creating videos for Rust console, which is great because I love making videos and I want to make more videos and keep the consistency up to a high standard. So just to reiterate what they said in terms of moving to a monthly update schedule. So last month we added tugboats to Rust console, and soon we're rolling out a whole host of new additions to community servers, which we'll explore later in that devlog. We're now much closer to Rust PC in terms of content. I don't know about that because there is a lot of content, but I'm talking probably from the standpoint of all the little things as well that PC has that we just don't have. One thing I probably could settle on is that we have the foundation of what Rust is within console, and as they go on they say giving us more flexibility with our updates. From now until the end of the year, our plan is to release monthly updates that bring more to the game beyond just bug fixes. The thing is that I don't want to get carried away with is that I hope we will have monthly updates from here on out, as in smaller updates that aren't huge monuments, etc. So bikes or ziplines from PC, a really cool monthly update just to keep the game refreshed. But they've only noted 4 things within this roadmap that I'm going to look into now. We have August, Industrial, September, Shop Drones, Softcore/Hardcore mode, which is great. This is something they spoke about last year, I believe, or at the start of 2024, talking about hardcore mode coming into the game, which basically you have no team limit. It is literally as bare bones as you can get. As well as October having community update and Halloween. November, quality of life. November quality of life is something that I'm very excited for. We could be getting better graphics, we could be getting a whole host of new things, whether it kind of tailors in with a combat update, if we get new gun sounds or the new recoil. A lot of people have been speculating whether we're going to be getting that. I think if they want to keep this game somewhat alive, keep the recoil as it is. I don't think we need a new recoil, and I don't really think we need the new sounds either. Those are the things that kind of just are the last sort of things that remind me of old Rust and what Rust used to be, especially on PC and on console when it first came out. So I really like the nostalgia feeling with the gun noises and the recoil. But I'm hoping we can get more updates that are monthly just beyond November, because it would suck if it goes back to 2 months. I know they obviously can't bring out things each and every single month. However, there's so much stuff that they can just bring in monthly in terms of small updates, as I've already said, ziplines and bikes being just 2 mentions, because bikes you don't really go around fast on, and I'm pretty sure you'd be able to manage that within console. And ziplines, another cool feature that again is achievable on console. Another thing I wanted to talk about was graphical sliders. Now, of course, within PC you can change up how you want your game to look. So if you have a really good PC, you can put on the max settings and you can have it looking as clean as you want. However, a lot of PvP players obviously play the game for performance and not graphics, so they have their settings very low. And this is something, if possible, I'd like to come to console for graphical sliders. Old gen, they're fucked as it is, so if they put up their max settings, you'll be seeing the red ring of death coming back onto their console. However, for new gen consoles, which this game should really be tailored towards now, especially getting towards GTA 6, I don't need to remind you of how I think or my opinions on GTA 6 kind of shaping up the gaming community and what it will be like. New gen needs to be the priority for Double 11, and especially for the community as well. Like, you know, they're a lot cheaper than they were last year, the year before that, etc. They're getting cheaper each and every single year. I'm not too sure on the PlayStation side of things, but I know the Xboxes are getting cheaper year by year. You can get them on sales. you know, there's always opportunity to get them. And as well, within this economy, especially in the UK, money is, you know, hard to find, and it is very hard living at this moment in time. So obviously, if you're playing on an old gen, it is what it is, sort of thing. But if you want to continue gaming, new gen is where it's at, unless you want to move to PC. So graphical sliders is something I'd really like to see within the game. It would really kind of shape up whether you want to play the game for performance or you want to play it for, you know, graphics. The real question is, how close is Rust console to becoming like PC? I think it's still got a hell of a lot of way to go, but we'll see as time progresses. Now, on another note, I've said repeatedly in my videos that I do reply or look at these things within the community section on my YouTube channel. I put one up yesterday saying, how do you feel about the devlog? Any questions you have, leave them here for me to answer, and if I know more, I'll cover it in my next video. So today we've got 16 replies. Let's have a look at them real quick and see what people are saying. Trevor here, can't wait for backpacks. Me neither. It's going to be really nice to have this sort of thing within the game. And it's an idea that I guess a lot of people have had in the past with Rust, wanting more inventory space. So for it to come to PC and then suddenly hit console like it has, it's good for the sense of the more updated, refined players on PC that may have a broken PC and just have console, because they see all these updates come into console. They'll be like, okay, they have an initiative, an incentive to come to console and play the game. We've got Mizzy Rust here saying, any idea when they will add ziplines? I think they're pretty simple and a great transport. Again, this is something I've covered in the video already, and I think it's something that I believe will come to the game in some way, shape or form, whether it's small ziplines or large ziplines. It's not the biggest update to add to the game, and I'm pretty sure Double 11 can pull it off if they can pull off tugboats, etc. Andrew here says, just waiting for an anti-cheat, everything else is a waste of time. I'm going to be real with you. There is an anti-cheat being worked on behind the scenes, as I've been told, per Pedro Silva, who I've made the video about, and what he's been saying about it. However, the recent ban wave was on TikTokers. Again, this is something, I don't want to make it about me, but this is my channel at the end of the day, and I've said repeatedly before I was banned in the Discord, saying, if you want to ban players that are, you know, ruining the community in a sense of making it just cheater based rather than legit, go to TikTok and look at the hashtags. It's only taken them 2 years for them to do that, and they've banned the very people that I guess needed to be banned because they are cheating. Whether they've done it too late or not, in my opinion, it was too late, because it's such a simple thing they could have done in the first place. However, it wasn't done by an anti-cheat. It was literally just looking on TikToks and who is basically saying they are literally or categorically cheating. So PC don't have a 100% working anti-cheat. I doubt console will for, you know, the next year or so. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but I don't see it coming in 2024. Could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. The Real Jacksonator said, what is taking minis so long? Like, do they even listen to the community? It's the only thing we've wanted for the past 4 years. So console's been out for 3 years, if I'm right in saying. We have a reply from someone saying, they make too much money off old gen players to add them because their performance will drop drastically. Really makes no sense, because old gen players are already freezing every minute or two. So it's just best to get rid of them and give us what we want. We want minis. So he's half right, and the half right being that a lot of the community, or I don't know how much of the community, is still old gen. However, minis will literally fry their console and the performance will be non-existent. So it will be very hard to integrate a big update and an air transportation like that. Whether air balloons is something that's easier to integrate within console, I'm not too sure. But minis and scrappies, I can't see it being, you know, possible or happening. And if it does happen, we're going to be, you know, faced with a lot of bugs because of the performance issues on certain consoles. So yeah, thank you guys for voting. We've got 168 votes, and obviously you left your comments, and hopefully I've given you guys more of an insight into what these sort of things or sort of updates are going to be looking like. But before that, obviously Lopez says, when does this update release? It releases, I believe, early August for PTB, and then late August or towards the end of August for main branch. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, take it easy, subscribe if you're new around here, leave a like if you did enjoy the video. A lot more videos will be pumped out due to the content that I now have to kind of just create videos for. It's really good to see that console is pumping out some content for us creators to make. Check out my prior video that basically deep dives into Devblog 30, and until then, see you in the next one.